Hello everyone, welcome to Worship Media. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell.
Hi everybody. How you guys doing? We've been following this story and trying to make sense out of everything that we've been hearing. There's so much lies flying around, and we don't even know who to believe anymore. Before I start, before I even go further, a lot of you just attacking me these days and saying, "Oh, Chidi, why you always being negative? Why don't you say some good things about Nigeria?" So, I so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start from letting them understand that no, I can say very good things about Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is a very beautiful country geographically. We are a very rich country, very, very rich. The people in Nigeria are one of the best people in the world, all over Nigeria. People of the South, people of even northern Nigeria, you have good people everywhere. You have good people in the West, you have good people in the East, all over Nigeria. Nigerians are good. Nigerians are not the problem. Nigerians are brilliant. Nigerians are the most intelligent people that I've ever met. Bros, let me tell you, Nigerians are one of the toughest people I've ever met in this world. So Nigeria is good. We don't have a problem with Nigeria. So when you see that some people say we are not positive, we don't talk about positive things. Well, give me the positive things, I will talk about it. But when you talk about giving me positive things, I'm not in the crowd. I'm not amongst those people who just go about looking for positive things, looking for things to report. If you see one man made electricity with water, it's all over the place. This is something that they can teach in other countries. They teach them in their projects, their experiments that are done in science classes. But we are all rejoicing. A country of millions of people. I'm not saying that the young man did not invent anything or we shouldn't rejoice. But come on, you're using that kind of thing to attack people like me, and you say we don't talk about positive things. Are you serious? Are you really serious? Somebody flies a plane that he put a drone engine, and then we say, oh, this person can build aeroplane. Chidi, sweet positive news. That person can build aeroplane because they are flying a drone. No. Here it is sold as a science kit. It's a kit. You buy it and then you can now fabricate the body anyhow. See, your military is launching one drone in 2019 and you publish it and you say it's good news. There is no good news coming out of Nigeria. So don't blame us when you say we are reporting a negative news. But that's beside the point. It is really very, very shameful, the lies that the government of Nigeria is peddling around. And they're doing this because I don't know whether they think they're using propaganda tactics. That means they think they're in a war. But are they in a war against their own citizens? When you're using propaganda is when you are in a war and you're using it against your opponent. But is it now that the citizens of Nigeria have become opponents of the government of Nigeria? That's what I don't understand. Or don't they actually see what is happening? Why is it that whenever our president is going to travel for any foreign meeting, any foreign conference, why is it that it's always shrouded in mystery? It is always complications that come with it. Why? Nothing is, there's always something fishy about it. There's always a parallel event happening. When he is going to this one, there's another parallel event happening. All the time. I'm telling you, I don't get it. I don't really get it. And it's very, very confusing. Very, very, very confusing. Okay, let's analyze this Japan thing. There's a conference, a G7 conference going on in France, as you all know. And lots of African leaders are there. And world leaders are there. And they're all, exchanging ideas. They're all brainstorming. The first thing they say is, oh, you know what? That's not important to Africa. That's why we are not there. But we see a Nigerian who was Minister for Agriculture during Jonathan's regime. And we see that he is there. I think his name is Adesina too. Yeah. But he's not even there. He is there on his own accord, on personal merit. He is not representing the government of Nigeria. But he's there. How can you tell me that a conference where you have somebody like the President of America there, the President, the Prime Minister of Canada is there? Come on. All other powerful heads of state are there. You tell me it is not an important conference or meeting to be at. And the next thing I heard is that we're not invited. Okay. But let us leave G7 alone. We now say he is supposed to be in Japan. And the first thing we see all over the newspapers, and that told me that was coming from, supposed to be coming from a credible source. The newspaper, I saw it in Vanguard. Vanguard was quoting the director for the assistant to the president on media, Adesina, was quoting him as the source of the news that said that President Muhammadu Buhari was already in Japan. As if that was not enough, they showed pictures and they used that. And what I expected was, if it was a lie, that immediately, because they said that the presidency, that was coming from the presidency. They said the citizens of Nigeria should disregard the threat by IPOB in Japan, and nothing is happening. This is authentic news that they're telling us, that the president of Nigeria was already in Japan, that all these people are wasting their time. And they showed pictures, 3 pictures. One was a picture where they spread a banner and they were saying that this is the people that welcomed him. Then the other picture was a picture of him traveling. They say he left when he left. They say this is him when he left, and they showed picture of him in the Air Force jet, presidential Air Force jet, with governors. And we were later to find out that those pictures were fake. I don't want to start, going into all of those things, but I think for the benefit of some of you who may not have seen those pictures, I might just show it. I'll just show it to let you see what was happening. In fact, there was so much argument. People were saying, why are you wasting your time? That didn't you see the pictures? We even blogged it on Worship Media to show these things. So if let me show you where is this now? Give me 1 second. What is it showing like this? Okay, I'm going to show you. This picture here, let me show you standing up. I don't know if you can see, but this is the picture that they showed us. You see this picture, because I'm using the front camera, the writing is in the opposite, but this picture was a picture that was released from the presidency. This picture showed that Buhari was on his way to Japan, and they allowed this picture to be all over the place. Nobody, they didn't, the presidency did not come to say, oh, you know what, it was a mistake. Please, somebody send the picture, it was a mistake. Please don't, okay. This is the one that Adesina was spreading all over the newspapers. This is the picture they were spreading. The same picture that was published in the Punch newspaper a long time ago. So my question is, why would the government be lying to its people? What did they hope to achieve? So you see, this is the picture that was published in Punch newspapers of how many years ago, Seth? And then you saw the new one. Then they now showed a picture of people welcoming the president. They showed a picture of people welcoming the president. And in that picture, they photoshopped it, and it was a crazy Photoshop. If you look on the left side, you will see where they made a very, very big blunder. If you look at the hand of the person holding that banner, you see where they committed a very great blunder. In fact, this is, if you see that picture, go and look and see how that man's hand looks. Great blunder that they committed there. And then this flag too, that they put up here, was supposed to be people welcoming the Nigerian president. But this was not, but they used the caption that this was Buhari already in Japan. So Buhari was also seen in the company of Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State, Ministry of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyama, and Nigerian Ambassador to Japan Mohammed Ghana Issa on his arrival in Japan. And this was shared by Nigerian newspapers, Vanguard, Punch. The only time they carry this kind of news is when they have given them money. So who is doing this? That's my confusion. Who is using our money to pay these newspapers to lie? I mean, this person, you know, it's one thing to lie, but another thing to lie a bad lie. You know, a bad lie is so annoying that you're not just worried or angry over the lie, but you're angry with the person's stupidity. That's the person who is actually telling the lie. You are angry with their stupidity. I'm telling you, that is what has been exhibited. And I'm thinking, or does somebody, would they say that is part of security, that they are creating an atmosphere of confusion where, you know, people will think the president is here, but then he is over there. In the midst of all this confusion, guess what? Nnamdi Kanu now tweeted, and in his tweet, you see, that's how I like intelligent people to act. Bring your facts. Let us have an argument. Let us have a dialogue. So now the government went ahead and posted all these crazy lies. And Nnamdi Kanu comes up and he says, listen guys, do not be deceived. This man is not in Japan. And you know, we shared that news. And all of you came after us and said, Chidi, this your platform is very useless. This your platform is stupid. You can't make sense. You always like to carry fake news. What is fake news? Nnamdi Kanu told you guys that this guy is not in Japan. And only now, when they have taken all of these posts and all of these announcements and claims by the presidency, and he has pulled the plug pull the carpet from under their feet, analyze. You see, you people continue to make the guy a hero, because every time you blunder, you actually vindicate him. Every time you blunder and he makes a statement and his own is true, you actually make him more popular. I'm telling you the truth. That's what you're doing. The guy, he doesn't even have to struggle. You say the president's jet has landed in Japan. He's already in Japan. This guy just went and brought out showed you guys the schedule of the plane of the president of Nigeria, where he's supposed to go. Told you where he even did a stopover. And it's not magic. He told you, yes, it's Biafra security forces that did it. But he even showed you how it was done, so that you will not think there's any mysterious thing about it. It's like one guy who came to my platform, my YouTube, and he said that Igbo people are very stupid. Igbo people carry fake news. I just went to the guy. His name is BS. He says no BS instead of putting his real name, and then he tried to make his Facebook, his YouTube account to be private, so nobody can actually go into it. But I went into his account. I found out his IP address. I copied it. I know where his computer is located. I went to that place and I answered him. I said, listen, my brother, I know where your computer is located. I know where you're writing from. And I'm an Igbo man. I did that to show you that you should just mind the way you talk. Make your points. Share your opinion, but don't be rude to a whole race. Okay? And I actually showed him, this is what I use. I showed him the app, the website that I use to find it. People don't even know. When the Nigerian government is saying, oh, Moyale Shore went to this place to meet with Kanu, planning to topple the government, doing this, doing that, do that. You're making this thing so complicated. In 2019, you don't have to break your head. Here, there are apps that are developed by small children here that you can use to trace somebody's address, that you can use to get some information about people. I'm telling you, the internet has become, you can't hide anymore. You can't. So all these things that people are doing and deceiving people and making it look so complicated, the countries, other countries that have moved ahead, they are laughing at you. They're laughing at you and what you're doing. You're still acting like fifth world countries. And when you do that, when your citizens begin to react, when your citizens begin to show their displeasure, instead of you focusing on the problem, you turn around and you start attacking individuals. You understand? It doesn't work that way. It's only inside Nigeria that you can do all these your shenanigans. When you come outside, no. It's a level playing field. You line up 22 cars, 10 buses, armor tank, police, whatever, bomb squad, fire truck, ambulance. Everything will follow you to the airport. Once you come out of the airport, even all the airport staff and your people will carry your bag and your luggages, check it. Once they finish checking it, once you land abroad, you, only you, one person, you will go and collect your luggages. Nobody, unless you travel with an aide. But you know, when you go to do all those your kurukere moves, you don't travel with anybody. When you come to deposit money in foreign accounts, you don't let it, you travel alone. And when you get down, all those your boxes, you carry it, you just go and pay, get a trolley, load your box. Because nobody will do that for you, then you carry it by yourself. Because you are now in a place where people think. You are now in a system that works. Let me tell you, all of you that you leave Nigeria, you come to where a system works, you behave yourself, you conduct yourself, you carry your luggage by yourself, you rent a car, the car takes you to the hotel, you book the hotel, you do everything by yourself. You enter the bus because you don't drive around. You enter the train. All those of you that you do all that, then you come back to Nigeria and you help to destroy that country. May it never be well with you. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. If you're a Muslim, let by whatever thing you pray, let Muhammad not allow you to find peace. I'm telling you, if you are an idol worshiper, may the gods of your land destroy you. But you come here, you see how things are working. We see you here now. We see you. I know a lot of you. You come here, you cool down, you do your shopping, you do everything. Then you go back and you destroy people. You take people's salaries, you eat it. You run people off the streets. You don't care. So I don't know why our government is lying to its citizens. I do not understand. It doesn't make sense to me. But we are watching things unfolding. You guys said there was no IPOP people in Japan, but they were in Japan. They showed them. You said, oh, you have taken measures to make sure that this Abike Dabiri said she will personally deal with them. But the police is giving them. Didn't you see? Go now, search. Some of you don't browse. You just talk. Go and see that I'm not a member of IPOP. But for God's sake, if they say something and they are doing something, match your intelligence with their own intelligence. Don't just come and just be fighting a word of mouth, a war of words with them, or be lying to you. See, when you are lying to your people, man, the thing has gone very, very bad. When you turn around and start lying to yourself, start lying to your citizens, that means you no longer regard them as anything. That your own is finished too. You are completely finished. Because now you're acting out of fear. You have this knee-jerk reaction. You're listening, you listen to gossip too. The government listens to gossip too much. That person said, and the other person said. They said that, it looked like they said that man said, so carry the man and lock him up. They said that the other man said that man said that man will say. If that man said that man will say, then there will be trouble. So you carry the other person and lock them up. Then you come and say, as we lock this person up, they say that if we say that they said, then that means it will know. So George, please say that we said that the man said that the man was going to say. He has a whole military, a whole commander of the armed forces, a whole Nigerian military that went and liberated so many African countries, that has gone on United Nations peace missions, will be afraid that somebody said, two people have a meeting, you see they are going to overthrow the government. Come on, why are you so afraid? When did we become this weak? I don't understand. That's what you hear every day. They arrest that person because that person wrote something. They actually arrest somebody for writing something on Facebook, social media. How can you're chasing the wind, for God's sake? How can you do that? Social media. Somebody wrote something on social media. You go and grab that person, the one that you saw. That means who is running this? Who is running this thing? Who is actually running it? Because that person needs to win a prize in stupidity and dumbness. I'm telling you, I'm saying this and I mean it from my heart. I don't mean it as a bad thing, but I mean that's what the person is exhibiting. When you do some of the things that I see you doing, it's pure stupidity. You see that IPOP people are in Japan. You see a lot of them travel to Japan. When they were traveling, they were showing you pictures of them traveling to Japan, and yet you come and tell people that, oh, nothing is happening in Japan. No, they're not doing any protest. You see them post videos, dated videos that shows the time that it is happening right now. You see them marching, you see police following them behind. You say, don't mind them. Buhari has already arrived in Japan and he met with that person and he met with that person. Then they come and show you where you don't you know there are websites that you type and you will see every plane that is in service, the ones sitting in the airport, the ones in the air. It will show you. I remember one time I was stuck was it Indonesia or some one of the Asian countries, and I looked. I was in the airport Wi-Fi. I didn't understand how to check where I was. There was no TV because it was stopover. Okay, late in the night. I think I was trying to rush and come back for Christmas or something. I was coming back from China, and where I was, we missed our flight. Some funny thing, and I had to sleep somewhere in the airport. And where I was, there was no television. So I used their Wi-Fi. And I was Googling the flight I was expecting. That's when I saw that website. And it showed all the planes all over the world. That simple technology is what IPOB used to tell you that you are lying. This man, the plane has not left. You understand? So I think it's time we stop all these kind of things and face our real problems. And this thing of the government decides to be threatening its citizens instead of the people that have guns, so the people that are criminals, the people that are talking tough, you don't go and face them, you don't harass them, you don't talk tough to them. Ordinary citizens who tell you we are tired or we are reacting, they are the ones you're chasing. You're chasing them all over the place. I'm telling you, I don't understand it. Somebody says something, you go and tell them, how dare you say this? In fact, I was surprised. Somebody was telling me, Chidi, why are you saying this? In fact, we will do this, we will do that. I said, me? For talking? You will do me? You want me to shut up? You want me to stop talking? They never born you. And there are so many people that are talking, and so many of us will keep talking because you guys have failed, totally failed, completely failed. So people will continue talking. You cannot stop people from talking. Don't waste your time answering to everybody on Facebook. You cannot answer to all of us. You cannot stop all of us from sharing YouTube because you don't own YouTube. You don't own Instagram. You don't. You wish you own Facebook. In fact, the greatest weapon that you guys, your greatest nightmare is social media. While other countries, their greatest nightmare is the security of their citizens, food security, job security, economic security. Your greatest nightmare, the government of Nigeria, is social media. People who are writing things on Facebook, people who are writing things on Instagram, people who are doing YouTube videos, you keep spamming them, you send your attack dogs all over the place, but nada, you're not doing anything. So you guys should focus on your problems. Don't focus on the people. Don't keep on harassing people and telling them you will do this to them, you will do that to them. You do what? It's very, 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 very annoying. Okay, you better just wake up because what's coming to you is not looking good. It's not looking good. I saw you threatening that anybody that touches any member of the Nigerian government, you do this to them, and Senate, the funniest one, and this is what I'm going to tell you guys and probably wrap this up. I don't know if you guys heard that Senate is asking for protection for all members of the government who are traveling abroad. Senate is asking that the government should make sure that their protection is guaranteed in whatever country they are going to. And my question to the Senate is this. And my question to anybody who is in charge of the diaspora is this, including Madam Abike Dabiri. You know, we have done so many things in the past, but Madam, this now a different time. These are very trying times, and this is a time we must just abandon all bullshit. And sorry for my language, this is a time we must abandon all of these things and face our reality. How can you guys be asking for protection in other countries when your citizens in those countries are being killed every day? Can a government official in Nigeria boldly tell me that it is justified for him to be asking for protection when they are in South Africa? Do you know how many thousands of Nigerians have been killed in South Africa? They've been screaming to you. They've been begging you. They've been asking for you to intervene. Do you know how many Nigerians, I don't know if you've seen that video of a Nigerian that fell from a 13-story building. It just very horrible video. He landed on it landed, and when he wanted to get up, his arms were broken, his bones were broken, He got up like that. He just got up. I don't know how he survived, because when he flew out, he was just like this. His body was like, he didn't know how he was going to fall. He was live in a foreign country without protection of his embassy or anything. And you think it's justified for you to be asking for security in those countries? No, now. No. See how many people die in China. See how many are rotting in, even Ghana here, ordinary Ghana here. Go and see what Nigerians are facing. Nigerians who, do you want to talk about Italy? Or do you want to talk about United Arab Emirates? Look at all of those places. Nigerians do not have security. And now, because they are doing this beating exercise, now you want them to provide security for you. So, do all you can to protect yourself, but also do all you can to help and protect your citizens all over the place. You know, every time there's an issue with Nigerians, the way the government reacts shows you how much Nigeria cares about its citizens. I'm telling you. When there's an incident, 70, 80 Nigerians are splattered all over the place that they stole, they did 419. I'm not in support of them. But what does the Nigerian government say? Madam Abike Dabiri says all of them should surrender themselves. Why don't you first of all realize that these guys cannot do these things alone? That they have foreign collaborators. Because they were only Igbo names. You just reacted like that. But you know, what did they say? They say karma is a bitch or something. You know, it's funny the way things happen in life. Just as you were looking like you were celebrating the 70 or 80 people that were involved in 419 thing, they released a list of, is it 30 or so Nigerians who were going to be executed in United Arab Emirates, or Saudi Arabia, I don't remember. And while the other one contained Igbo names, this other one did not contain Igbo names again. Okay. And the one they had actually hung, the one they had murdered, was not even an Igbo person. That one was a Yoruba person. I don't want to repeat what I said in the video I did about that, where I say it's not an Igbo thing, it's a Nigerian thing. Everybody from all parts of Nigeria are being forced into crime because of the condition of Nigeria. So what you should do as the government of Nigeria, instead of telling us to be preaching, because that's what they always say we should, bloggers and people should preach good things about Nigeria. You, the government, lead by example. Whenever they attack your citizens, you knowing that it is the situation in Nigeria that has forced all of these people into robbery, prostitution, fraud, and all of these things, the first thing you should do is to defend them. Not defend them and say that what they did is correctly, but try to say, hey, listen, guys, Nigerians are not the most terrible people in the world. Do an image laundry thing. Talk about Chimamanda. Talk about the beautiful things, beautiful people that we have in Nigeria. Do that kind of thing. Launch a campaign in America showing the beautiful people in Nigeria, the intellectuals in Nigeria. Do a festival in Nigeria to showcase something that are good in Nigeria. You won't do it. You're busy fighting tribal, religious, political wars, and the more you fight all of these things, when 2 or 3 elephants fight, guess who suffers? It is the grass. So the poor citizens keep suffering for all the lies that you guys just look at what has happened between 2 days ago and today. Look at the amount of lies that have been told. Just look at that. In other countries, the president will get up, wave bye-bye, travel 45 minutes or 90 minutes at the end of that time, because is it not the same route you fly that other people? It's not the same plane. If anybody leave Canada and go to Europe, and it's like 5 hours. If we see you waving at the airport at 1 o'clock, is it not by 6 o'clock we see you on the other side? But in Nigeria, if you see the person wave at 1 o'clock, nothing again. It's 6 o'clock you expect the person to land? No. One person additional will come and report that the president was there. He will report that he's there in the afternoon. He landed in the afternoon. Another video will say that he had landed 8 p.m. in the night. The same, and the people in Japan are saying, which airport? We are here, we there here. I be the plane, is it a private airport that it landed? I think I will stop here, and we'll keep you guys updated as things unfold. Thank you very much, everybody. I see all of you. I usually flip this away so it doesn't distract me. So it's only now I can go back and acknowledge some of you, not everybody. If I don't get to you, please do not be disappointed or be upset with me. But Dennis Obu, my brother, thank you so much. Ekejuba Victory, thank you. I'm just going to read some of the things. It says, good, watching from Spain. I say Spain. Kelvin's man, Garoba, you're watching from Spain. Thank you so much. Vibs Melodion, thank you. My bishop, Obi Idizwe Onubog, thank you so much. Thanks for your support and your prayers. Nsima Nsebonga Sukwo, thank you very much. Thank you. Grace Johnson, Olisebuka Demian, a lot of you, don't mind them. They are agencies of APC. Kenneth, the position has been vacant. Okay. Patience, all of you, I see you. You know, Nigeria doesn't have a government. That's why we weren't invited and invited a former minister. Oh, we should be asking where Buhari or Jubril. Okay, they know there's no Buhari. All right. Buhari only went there to seek for loan. All right. Taiwo, thank you. Tari Roberts. John, Architect John, my brother, how is everything? Regards to Madam, and happy birthday to her. I've tried this government, this country, outside the country, everywhere. Who made the set of people? Oh, you're just thinking. Dayo Philip, Ike Uche, Emmanuel Ugu. Ekejuba Victory says, I think his job has been happening for a very long time, but due to invention of Facebook technology, it has become difficult for them to lie to us. Yes, so it's very these days you can't lie now. You can't lie. If you say anybody went to this place, we'll snap a picture and show you that the person is not there. Real time. We are reporting real time, the whole world. You think here they take light? Then they take lights. Then they know we know they use battery pack. I don't have battery. That's why when I came to Nigeria, when I was behaving like mumu, everybody was saying battery pack. I said I don't have battery pack. You don't have battery pack. But you're coming from abroad now. Why don't you have battery pack? Why would you have battery pack? Why? You can charge your everywhere. They have free charging spot all over the place. Inside motor you're charging, your house you're charging. There's too much light. So we don't need that. We will follow them step by step, data day. Don't run out of data. Data day, light day, network is strong. You can stream live from everywhere. So when you lie to us, we will debunk that lie. Paul Ezerando, hey my brother. Frank, he said, Dr. Chidi, please, I will take the supposed flight records with a pinch of salt because no empirical evidence links it to Buhari presidential jet. Okay, now you get your mouth, Frank. Okay, if you are trying to disprove the flight, what did you call it? The supposed flight records. You can't do that. Go and see there are so many websites, so not even one. In fact, let me do an experiment with you. Let's do a Google search, because you see those are the things that makes me wonder why people are not where technology and internet is right now. Certain things should not be happening anymore. See, I'm going to say map showing airplanes in flight. Just so you don't think that I did this different. I'm doing it live, okay? I'm saying, you see the question I asked there. So you see the list. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. This one is a map of every passenger plane. Let me just do every passenger plane. You see? I've not done this before. I'm just showing you. This one is asking me to. This is night radar. No, I don't want. They're asking me to become. Okay. So now you can see them on the map, and it's real time. It's not like close. You see? This is for passenger airplanes. This is every passenger airplane all over the world right now. Okay? So it's not like it's not something they did Nnamdi Kanu did. And let me tell you the interesting thing. All the planes are moving. I don't know if you notice. All the planes are moving. Let me show you. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. See. Watch. This is all the planes. This is just for a particular area. I can zoom into Nigeria and you can see. You see? Let me wait a little bit. You see the planes are moving. See, this is just one of them. They are here. People don't waste their time. People don't do things just for doing sake. Okay? So stop arguing, stop fighting with technology. Embrace it, use it. It's there for you. It's a tool that you can use. They don't have They don't have presidential air. There's no expressway that is constructed for any president, for the president of Nigeria. No, your plane will take off and your plane will land somewhere. And once your plane takes off, every airport knows that that plane is out there in the air. If they need information about it, it's an internationally shared information. It's not something that you just keep to yourself. Anyway, that's about the plane. You just Google and see these things. They are there. They are there, my brother. Raphael Chiamaka, thank you, my brother. Said Prime Minister of Japan is in France. Yes, now he's in France. My Deacon Christopher Isaiah. Thank you so much. Aziz Yusuf. Metusela Wanne Melchizedek. Hi, my brother. I saw you on the plane. Good job. Good job. Olis Sebuka Demian Obioha Effiong Samuel Leko. Thank you so much, my brother. Olis Sebuka Demian Barrister Fine Jofo. Kingsley says, Bro Chidi, saying that you are not a member of IPOB while you're from South is like saying you don't believe in Christ, but you're a Christian. No, it does not mean the same thing. That's where I have a problem with some of you, but I don't want to go into that, okay? Okay, you see, somebody's asking you to go to www.flightware.com. So you see these things. I've been asking a question. I hope I can get help with answer. Has the government of Nigeria and Buhari proscribed Boko Haram as a terrorist group? Have they proscribed Boko Haram as a terrorist group? They have now, since. But what Boko Haram has just taken 2 local governments the other day. I don't understand your question. I think what you mean is the Fulani headsmen. Boko Haram is already, it's not even the federal government of Nigeria that said Boko Haram is a terrorist group. Boko Haram is the 2nd deadliest terrorist group in the world now after ISIS. That's their ranking. Yes, the international community has proscribed Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Okay. You don't have to believe in Christ to be a Christian. No, you have to believe in Christ to be a Christian. Fumi Kazim, my barrister, thank you so much, man. Well, I think we've said all there is to say. Guys, I'll keep you updated. As to what is happening in Japan. I think the protest will hold. They have a right to hold their protest. Even here in Canada, when they're having G7 or any kind of summit, the people of that country, they come out, and if they feel that they need to protest against their government, they do protest against their government. All this talk about respect, no respect, no. These people are not, we're not doing a traditional system in Nigeria now. They are not kings. It's not king. Even when you have king, you are elected of. Forget about all this respect something. Respect is what you earn. You don't force us to respect you. If you do bad, we will remind you that you did bad. That is just international standards of engagement. Nobody's doing anything out of the ordinary. Okay, if you do good, people will recognize it. Well, that's why we're human beings now. We get eye, we they see, we they hear, we they feel out, So when we are talking, you should better start listening. Don't just try to intimidate us and go and lock us up and think that things will be okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This is Chidi in Toronto signing out.